The torque battle that has dominated the heavy-duty truck world for years may finally be reaching its conclusion, and not because the competition has run out of ideas. Instead, one upcoming engine appears ready to change the entire conversation. The rumored 2027 RAM 7.2-liter Cummins isn't being viewed as just another diesel upgrade. Early industry discussion suggests it could be the kind of power plant that forces every major truck manufacturer to rethink what matters most in heavy-duty performance. The torque battle that has dominated the heavy-duty truck world for years may finally be reaching its conclusion, and not because the competition has run out of ideas. Instead, one upcoming engine appears ready to change the entire conversation. The rumored 2027 RAM 7.2-liter Cummins isn't being viewed as just another diesel upgrade. Early industry discussion suggests it could be the kind of power plant that forces every major truck manufacturer to rethink what matters most in heavy-duty performance. Rather than focusing solely on headline-grabbing peak numbers, the new 7.2-liter Cummins is reportedly being designed around real-world capability. The emphasis appears to be on delivering consistent torque, dependable performance under load, and durability that owners can count on for years. Many diesel specialists believe this could be one of the first modern heavy-duty engines to successfully balance enormous power with practical reliability. If the early expectations prove accurate, the engine may not simply win the torque race. It could make the entire race seem less important. So what makes this engine stand out? The foundation remains familiar. Cummins continues to rely on its proven inline-six configuration, a design long respected for strength, smooth operation, and exceptional torque characteristics. However, nearly everything surrounding that architecture is expected to evolve. Unlike smaller engines that rely heavily on extreme turbocharger pressures and aggressive tuning strategies, the 7.2-liter Cummins appears poised to take advantage of greater displacement. More cubic inches can mean more effortless power production, reducing stress on critical components while maintaining strong performance. The result could be smoother power delivery, reduced mechanical strain, and improved longevity. Engine development experts point to another important shift in philosophy. Reports suggest RAM and Cummins are focusing heavily on thermal efficiency and sustained load performance rather than chasing eye-catching dyno figures. That's significant. Modern marketing often highlights peak torque numbers that are available only briefly under specific conditions. But truck owners hauling trailers, equipment, or livestock care far more about what happens during hours of continuous work. An engine's ability to pull a heavy load up a long grade without losing composure matters far more than a momentary peak output figure. Naturally, torque remains one of the biggest talking points surrounding the upcoming engine. Although official specifications have not yet been released, numerous analysts believe the 7.2-liter Cummins could surpass existing benchmarks and potentially generate more than 1,300 pound-feet of torque. If that happens, it would place RAM ahead of today's leading heavy-duty diesel offerings. Yet the raw number may not be the most impressive part. Engineers consistently emphasize that the shape of the torque curve often matters more than the peak itself. An engine that produces maximum torque at lower engine speeds and maintains that output across a broad RPM range feels stronger in everyday driving. Drivers experience fewer downshifts, more predictable acceleration, and greater confidence while towing. In practical terms, that means power is available when it's needed, not only under ideal testing conditions. The discussion also highlights a long-standing engineering debate. Is it better to increase displacement or increase boost? In recent years, many manufacturers have chosen the second option, extracting more performance from smaller engines through higher turbocharger pressures. While effective, that strategy often brings increased cylinder pressures, higher operating temperatures, and additional stress on engine components. The rumored 7.2-liter Cummins appears to move in the opposite direction. By starting with a larger displacement platform, engineers can achieve substantial torque without forcing every component to operate near its limits. Lower stress levels generally translate into cooler operation and potentially longer service life. As one veteran diesel engineer explained, an engine that produces power comfortably often enjoys a longer lifespan than one that must constantly push its limits. That philosophy could become a major advantage for RAM. Instead of pursuing increasingly fragile performance gains, the company appears focused on building an engine that generates tremendous power while maintaining durability. And that brings us to what many buyers care about most: real-world reliability. Today's truck owners are asking more questions than ever before. They want to know whether an engine can handle steep grades in hot weather, survive years of towing, and avoid expensive repair bills. According to industry reports, the 7.2-liter Cummins is being developed with those concerns in mind. Expected upgrades include enhanced cooling systems designed for sustained heavy loads, stronger internal components built for long-term durability, and combustion improvements aimed at reducing stress while maintaining compliance with modern emissions requirements. These upgrades may not dominate headlines, but they directly address the concerns of serious truck owners. Reliability has become one of the most important battlegrounds in the heavy-duty segment. As diesel engines became more powerful, they also became more complicated. Increasing emissions requirements, advanced after-treatment systems, and tighter engineering tolerances introduced additional failure points that older diesel engines never faced. Many owners have felt that trade-off firsthand. The upcoming 7.2-liter Cummins may represent an effort to restore balance. While it will still need to meet modern emissions standards, reports indicate that engineers are working to simplify systems wherever possible while strengthening areas where complexity cannot be avoided. If successful, owners could benefit from fewer major repairs and lower long-term operating costs. For many buyers, those advantages matter more than an extra 50 horsepower. Looking across the competitive landscape, the battle remains concentrated among three major players. Ford continues to push Power Stroke technology forward with sophisticated turbocharging systems and aggressive performance targets. GM's Duramax lineup focuses on refinement, drivability, and balanced capability. RAM has traditionally built its reputation around strong torque output and straightforward durability. The new 7.2-liter Cummins appears to reinforce that identity while incorporating modern engineering improvements. If it delivers on expectations, it could reshape buyer priorities across the entire segment. Because eventually, every performance race reaches a point of diminishing returns. Once a truck already provides more pulling power than most owners will ever fully use, adding another small increase in torque doesn't fundamentally change the ownership experience. That's where the upcoming Cummins could alter the conversation. Instead of asking which truck offers the highest torque rating, buyers may begin asking different questions. Which engine provides the smoothest power delivery? Which one maintains performance under constant heavy loads? Which powertrain offers the lowest ownership costs after hundreds of thousands of miles? Which truck inspires the most confidence year after year? Those are the questions that truly matter in the real world. And if RAM has the answers, the traditional torque war may lose its relevance altogether. For consumers, the significance of this engine extends beyond specifications. The 2027 RAM 7.2-liter Cummins could signal a return to the qualities that originally made diesel trucks so respected: durability, longevity, effortless towing capability, and dependable performance under pressure. If those goals are achieved, the engine won't simply compete with existing rivals. It could redefine expectations for the entire heavy-duty market. Ultimately, the story isn't about creating the most powerful engine on paper. It's about building a smarter one. By combining increased displacement with a strong emphasis on reliability, efficiency, and usable performance, RAM may be preparing one of the most important diesel engines the segment has seen in years. That's why industry experts are watching closely. Because if the 7.2-liter Cummins performs anywhere near the level many expect, it won't merely claim victory in the torque war. It may bring the war to an end altogether.